Hey guys! Today I'm going to be building a dock. That is what I am going to be doing in this video. Like a pier of sorts? I don't know. Yeah, a dock. Yeah, I think I was right the first time. It doesn't matter. Either way. I decided I'm going to be editing down this video and doing a voiceover because, yay, the game audio did not record. And this time it was actually my fault. And then, funny enough, I forgot to fix the issue, and I recorded a few more things after this, and they all don't have game audio. And some of them were meant to be long plays with no me audio, um, no commentary. Uh, so yeah, I end up having to come back to this one, and I decide just to edit this down, because at least I'm like making something and not just mining in a straight line, which would suck with no commentary and no block sounds. So yeah, I decide I'm gonna plant, grow, and collect some spruce for this project. You also end up collecting more oak. I don't really need to collect birch because I have a ton of it. It is like the main wood that I chop down because it's the easiest to break down. With oaks, you get the tall trees, and you need oak or birch to get beehives. So I've been going with birch because it's the easiest to then chop down and replant. I'm going back in with the same thing that I used in the farm build, using the spruce to oak to birch kind of ombre-like effect because I like it. The application of it here, is it the best? I do not know. I am already considering chopping the whole thing down and rebuilding it, but I'm still gonna let you guys see this and how it looks. Whether or not my motivation could get me to do that sooner as opposed to later, I am not very confident in that fact, so you'll probably be seeing it in future videos anyways. I am very slow when it comes to things like building. I'm super particular. I have a hard time forcing myself to make mistakes to get better at things. So there's that. First things first with this project, other than collecting the supplies, was to fix the shoreline because it is just a straight line right now. I think it was from when I cleared out that giant room that's like underneath. I should have planned out the spacing of things. The spacing? I don't know. Should have planned it out better is the main point. Because I have a lot of areas where I'm building and then it's hard to place other things. Yeah, but you could probably get a better understanding of what I mean as I constantly end up into the space that I'd cleared out for what is supposed to be my storage room. I promise I will get to that one day, someday, maybe. But yeah, it was a little annoying because I wanted to bring the shoreline in a little bit in some places, but I really couldn't. I was very limited in what I could do because of how I built things. So, that aside though, I do think I managed to get something decent looking. At least in terms of the shoreline. The dock itself, a completely different story. So I guess the first thing that I do is build a path from my doorway down to the little shoreline there, just so it's easier access. I remember I was supposed to build like a proper stairway and then I never did. It is what it is, but I just wanted an easier way to get up and down. So yeah, I struggled with the shape of that a little bit. This I might also destroy and rebuild, but it's not like the most egregious thing I've ever made either, so maybe laziness will win out on this one and it will just stay that way forever. But I do use the weathered copper slabs in between and just with the regular grass blocks. If I do actually end up destroying and rebuilding it, I'm definitely gonna change it up a little bit. I might add some moss and stuff. I don't know. Make it look cute is the point. This time I did also try to be a little smart in my floor planning. I got a stone cutter put it outside, made sure it was already outside before I would actually need it. And I did get a barrel. I think I just got one. I think I should put another one there, but especially considering I'm so disorganized and I always end up with random stuff that I probably don't need on me and for some reason refuse to take out my inventory. And then when I finally decide, hey, maybe I should clear up my inventory a little bit, there's nowhere else to put it unless I want to keep running in and out, in and out. So I just kind of play this inventory shuffle between the barrel and my inventory, which is very like everything that I do. I'm like, I feel like this should be done in a particular way, and then it makes things like super convoluted and annoying to deal with. But for some reason, I feel like if I deal with it any other way, somehow that's going to be the annoying and convoluted way to deal with things. And then I continue doing this over and over again, even though I realize, hey, this actually isn't helping me. And it's like, yeah, but we're still going to do it. And I'm like, yeah, so I still do it. So that was a tangent. So once the steps get to the bottom, I mix in a little bit of spruce planks as it creates the pathway to the actual dock. And yeah, mainly spruce to start off with, using spruce slabs on the ground, spruce logs for the beams. I don't know. Keep the structure sturdy. And yeah, I had a vision, I thought, but it was like more than like a proper vision. It was this vague feeling of there's something that I want, but I couldn't properly visualize it, and I decided to just go on ahead and do the thing because I was like, I need something recorded. And then lo and behold, I managed to mess that up anyways. I didn't like the thing that I built, and I didn't even have the audio working for the game. So good times always. I actually don't have a lot of time considering I keep messing up the recordings and I'm posting a late video, and here I am, I'm just like, hey, I know whatever. Look at that, I speak in complete sentences. I just know how I operate, but this time for real, I actually managed to convince myself like, hey, you don't need to care too much. Just do a quick voiceover for this and edit it down. You don't need to show people how you placed every single little block in here. You don't have to keep as much in as possible, because sometimes I feel like I kind of like hoard content in the videos. Like if it's a long play and it's supposed to be uncut, so much easier for me because I'm like, yeah, it's supposed to be uncut. But then when I have to like cut down videos, I don't know, like sometimes I feel this urge to like, you need to see every single block that I place, even if it all ends up amounting to essentially nothing. But here I am, managing to just actually do a voiceover. And this is fun, just voicing over after the fact and just saying whatever, instead of, just kind of like there's no pressure on me, and I'm just gonna record for like 3 hours straight. But I somehow also need to find things to talk about. Now I'm just like, hey, we're gonna cut this video like really effing short, probably under half an hour, maybe even under 20 minutes, so that we could get this out by hopefully tomorrow. And let's do a voiceover and try and be entertaining. No promises though, but I think I'm doing it. I don't know if I'm being particularly entertaining, but at least I'm just doing the voiceover. As for the dock itself, I used fence posts in between the beams, or whatever we're calling them. I originally used spruce, and then I switched it over to dark oak so it could blend in with the darker part of the spruce logs better. I tried something where I put dark oak slabs on top, and I adjusted each of the parts with the fences that went up into like taller pillars. I don't know. And I used I was actually worried it wasn't going to look good at first, but I think I like how it looks with the sandstone walls on top of the fence pillars, and then adding the gates in between. And then I put the lanterns to light things up. But yeah, I think that part ends up looking okay, but I do not like how the dark oak slabs look, so I end up taking them out completely. I also decided instead of the regular spruce logs that I would use the spruce wood, as it's called, which has all the ends with the bark on it so that it would look nicer, in my personal opinion. Actually, whether or not I think it looks nicer, I don't know, but just to help the dark oak part blend together, yeah, it looks nice. From there, I just continued to add the pillars with the lanterns on top. I feel like they're kind of like little archways. I don't know if there's a specific term that I'm looking for here, but I can't think of it at the moment. I tried to do something in like the corner of it, and I had like mixed feelings about it. If I could, I would just attach the corner to like the inside corner to the other corner, if that makes sense. But because of, you know, how the game works, you can't really do that and make it look good. Although who knows if it would even look good in general if I could get away with somehow adding the arch diagonally like that. I do experiment with a few iterations of that, and I think that was my biggest issue with the dock. I just didn't know how to lay out the little pillar archways that I had. I also have this open space that I left for where the boats are parked, and I decided to add kind of like their own designated little sections. So I added some more fence posts there to separate it, and then I slowly worked on parking the boats in their little designated spot. That I also don't know how I feel about. I'm kind of like on the fence about it. I guess on the other side it doesn't work as well either because it connects to the inner corner, but whatever. Here I actually start to connect outwards because I decide I want to build a little boat. I remember having a hard time with the materials of it, especially considering at one point I wanted to use, I think it was like the stripped bamboo, but I forgot that you could strip it, but I remembered the texture, and then I was like, is there no way for me to get this texture? And I was like, maybe I just imagined it. And then I just happened to be watching something on YouTube, like at some point, I guess in between doing this, and it had the stripped bamboo, and I was like, oh, it's real. But I didn't like how it looked in the end. I think I did try to switch it out. I preferred what I had come up with. I did struggle a bit experimenting with little designs and details because I didn't want the boat to look like more than just a few blocks going across in the water. I tried gates, those didn't work. You apparently cannot waterlog them, so now I know. I tried fences and they were and then I tried signposts, and I liked the signposts, but I felt like I could do a little bit more. So I ended up oxidizing some copper trapdoors, and I used those on either end. That was kind of annoying to do too, because they changed the recipe, so I couldn't just use the pre-oxidized copper that I had. I had to make the trapdoors and then oxidize them myself individually, which was a little annoying because I had to wait a while, but it is what it is. As for the dock itself, it was feeling kind of plain. I tried a few things. I tried to add leaves, and I tried to add them on in different ways. I ended up removing the ones that are where I park the boats because they just kind of got in the way and I couldn't push the boats in all the way, but I left the rest on the underside of the dock. And then I also end up adding more of those pillars with the spruce, oak, birch in between the pre-existing ones. I also remembered that I have FreeCam downloaded, so I end up using that to try and look at the dock, hoping that maybe like, hey, from a distance will it look a little bit better. And it's like, I don't think it's bad, I just think it's not good. My favorite part is the boat that I made. I also retrieved the ominous banner from down below near where my strip mines are, and I put that on the boat as a fun little detail. I don't know, I liked it. So from here, I'm pretty much done. I just collect the last 2 trapdoors that I need to put on the raft that I made. I also continue trying to experiment with other added details, but nothing I did looked good, so I just undid anything I tried. And that was pretty much it.